Japan is known for its powerful companies such as Nintendo, Mitsubishi, Toyota, and Panasonic, but despite their fame, Japanese companies face significant challenges in terms of efficiency and adaptability to changing markets. Welcome back to the channel. This is MoneyDynamo. Make sure to stay until the end of the video where we will discuss the future of Japan and how it plans to deal with this major threat. Let's begin. Business inefficiency in Japan is a relevant and complex issue that has attracted the attention of economists, analysts, and entrepreneurs around the world. Despite the outstanding reputation of some Japanese companies and their historical dedication to innovation and education, the country faces significant challenges in terms of efficiency and adapting to changes in the global market. One of the main reasons behind this inefficiency is the age of many Japanese companies. Often, these companies have rigid and traditional organizational structures that can be slow to adapt to new technologies, consumer trends, and market dynamics. Japanese business culture, which values job stability and loyalty to the company, often prioritizes continuity over innovation and change. In addition, a lack of agile decision-making and resistance to adopting new business practices may contribute to lower profit margins compared to more agile and adaptive companies in other countries. Organizational hierarchy and bureaucracy in many Japanese companies can also hinder rapid implementation of change and agile decision-making. Despite efforts by the government and some companies to modernize and adapt, cultural inertia and resistance to change are significant obstacles that must be overcome. This may require a thorough overhaul of traditional business practices and greater openness to innovation and flexibility in business management. In many Japanese companies, there is a strong hierarchy and strict bureaucratic control, which can slow down decision-making and make it difficult to implement change. The need to obtain approval from multiple levels of authority can hinder agility and responsiveness to market challenges. Another important aspect is the valuing of effort over results. In Japanese business culture, there is a tendency to value effort and dedication over concrete results. This can lead to a work culture where employees focus on working long hours and demonstrating their commitment, even if this does not necessarily translate into greater productivity or efficiency. Long working hours are a prominent feature of Japanese business culture. Employees often work grueling overtime, and a culture of presenteeism is common, meaning that employees may feel pressure to stay in the office even if they have no work to do. This overwork can contribute to serious social problems, such as karoshi, death from overwork, which is a major concern in Japan. In Japan, there is a strong tradition of lifetime employment, where employees tend to stay with the same company for long periods of time. This approach promotes job stability and loyalty to the company, but it can also limit job mobility and diversity of experience among employees. Workers may be less inclined to seek opportunities outside their current company because of the security and benefits associated with long-term employment. In addition, promotions within Japanese companies are often based on seniority rather than merit or performance. This means that employees may move up the organizational hierarchy simply for having stayed with the company for an extended period of time, rather than demonstrating exceptional skills or achievements. This practice can discourage competition and innovation, as employees may not feel the need to strive to excel if they believe their opportunities for advancement are determined solely by their length of service. As a result, job stability and promotions based on seniority may contribute to a lack of diversity and dynamism in Japanese companies. Lack of employee turnover can hinder the influx of new ideas and perspectives, which can limit companies' long-term potential for innovation and growth. What do you think about the Japanese way of life? And would you work in a Japanese company for the rest of your life? I'll read you in the comments. Let's continue. To address these challenges, some Japanese companies are beginning to rethink their hiring and promotion practices. Some are adopting more performance and merit-oriented approaches to promotions, allowing employees to advance based on their skills and achievements rather than their length of service with the company. In addition, The introduction of employee rotation programs and the promotion of diversity in the workplace can help encourage greater job mobility and attract new talent to Japanese companies. On the other hand, a distinctive characteristic of Japanese managers is their tendency to prioritize corporate survival over short-term profit maximization. Rather than focusing solely on generating immediate profits for shareholders, Japanese managers often take a more conservative, long-term approach to corporate management. This means they may make decisions that sacrifice short-term profits for the sake of ensuring the company's long-term stability and continuity. This mentality derives in part from the Japanese business culture, which values stability and loyalty to the company above all else. Managers may feel a strong sense of responsibility to their employees, customers, and other stakeholders, which influences their strategic decisions. Moreover, in a business environment where job stability is high and leadership changes are infrequent, managers may have less pressure to achieve short-term results and more freedom to focus on long-term goals. However, this corporate survival orientation can have its drawbacks. In some cases, it can lead to overly conservative decisions that hinder innovation and adaptation to market changes. Managers may be reluctant to take risks or adopt new strategies that could drive long-term growth, but also entail a certain level of uncertainty. Japanese government intervention in the business sector has been a prominent feature of the Japanese economy for decades. Historically, the Japanese government has tended to protect and bail out large companies, especially in times of economic crisis or financial distress. While this intervention may be aimed at preserving economic stability and employment, it can also have unintended consequences that affect innovation and business competitiveness. One of the main criticisms of this intervention is that it can discourage innovation and business efficiency. When companies know that the government is willing to step in and bail them out in the event of financial problems, they may be less likely to adopt innovative business practices or pursue continuous improvement. This can lead to business complacency and the perpetuation of unprofitable companies that might otherwise exit the market due to their lack of competitiveness. In addition, government intervention can distort competition in the market by favoring certain companies over others. This can create an inequitable business environment where less efficient companies receive preferential treatment at the expense of those that are better managed and more innovative. In the long run, this can undermine the vitality and competitiveness of the Japanese business sector as a whole. Another problem associated with government intervention in business is moral hazard. When companies know that the government is willing to bail them out in the event of financial distress, they may be more inclined to take excessive risks or engage in risky business practices that they would otherwise avoid. This can create a cycle of continuous bailouts that perpetuates the existence of unprofitable companies and increases the financial burden on taxpayers. Despite the challenges facing Japanese companies, significant changes are taking place that are providing new insights and opportunities to improve long-term efficiency and competitiveness. One of the key initiatives is the introduction of a new corporate governance code by the Japanese government. This code, implemented in 2015, aims to improve transparency and accountability in companies. By encouraging greater shareholder participation in decision-making and promoting diversity on boards of directors, this change is expected to drive more effective and performance-oriented corporate management over the long term. In addition, measures are being implemented to address excessive working hours and combat the phenomenon of karoshi, death by overwork. The government is promoting policies that encourage a better work-life balance, as well as limiting overtime and creating a healthier and more sustainable work environment. In the workplace, some companies are adopting more flexible work models, such as telecommuting and shorter working hours. These practices allow employees to have greater control over their time and improve their productivity by reducing the stress and fatigue associated with long working hours. In addition, an increase in automation is being observed in several industries. The adoption of automated technologies is enabling companies to improve efficiency and reduce labor costs, while freeing employees to focus on higher value-added tasks. These changes indicate a move toward a more modern and adaptive business environment in Japan, where innovation and efficiency are increasingly valued. While there is still work to be done, these initiatives are laying the groundwork for a more prosperous and competitive future for Japanese companies. Thank you very much for staying until the end of the video, my friend. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of my videos.